them can't stop ya. Youth, unstoppable, from now we train.
Well, hello there, one and all. Welcome everybody who is here tonight. It's showtime. Well, me test out the little schedule thing ya. You know, for the first time, I say, you know what, me test out how to schedule the show because every time when I show time, YouTube kind of change up them system. You know, so things kind of a little bit different. But I'm getting a hang of it. I'm getting a hang of the new system. So give thanks for that. All right. So tonight is tonight, Wednesday night. Yeah, a Wednesday night? Yeah, tonight a Wednesday night, I think. I must be living too good or either living too bad. But whichever one. Tonight is Wednesday night and it's another show night, obviously. Right? So as long as it's a show night, then you know I am going to be here. Give God thanks. So once I'm here, me have to say thanks to everybody who is here, as a matter of fact, because I'm happy that you all turned out tonight. All right? And hope everybody is doing awesome tonight, as a matter of fact, because tonight's show, it's well, for the past couple of shows, you know, it's kind of been a sad type topic, you know, and I'm kind of urging and pushing towards changing that momentum for next week. Yes, I'm kind of pushing to changing that momentum for next week so that we not have too much kind of a sad topic, you know, back to back to back to back. We want to kind of give it a mixture and kind of uplift the mood a bit. You understand? Yes. So watch out now. We're going to get into tonight's topic, and the topic on the screen says a little something like this. Boy, that one here rough. It rough. It rough. It says, my father was my first. That one here rough. My father was my first. He even got jealous of other men. A true story, listen up, people. This young lady's innocence was taken. Una hear me, people? My father was my first. He even got jealous of other men. My innocence was taken. So tonight we're going to have a young lady on this program tonight who, you know, me go want to bear with her because she has been through a horrible ordeal in her life. She has been through a lot. And based on what she told me so far, you have to be a strong person to actually go through all of this and still be living kind of what you could call or consider a normal life. So I'm going to introduce the caller to tonight's program. But before I do that, ladies and gents and Unstoppable family who's here, please remember that on this platform, we do not judge, we do not discriminate, we call nicknames or any kind of slangs or bad name or anything like that. We tolerate only respect over here. So please be respectful towards each other in the comment section as well. And if you're going to be watching this program after the show has ended and uploaded to YouTube, please, when you're placing your comments in the comment section, please be mindful that if any disrespect is there, you will be blocked and banned from ever commenting on this channel again. So with that said, let's get over to the caller. Caller, good night. How are you?
Good night. I'm good.
Well, first off, let me say to you, thank you for contacting me and wanting to share your experience with us. And I know the reason why you want to share your experience is because it may be that somebody out there wants to hear this. Somebody out there needs to hear this so that if they're in a situation similar to what you went through, to similar to your ordeal, they can now speak up and probably do things a bit differently from you did in your younger days. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to give you the platform so that you can share with us everything that you need to share. And where I feel the need to ask questions, I will definitely jump in and ask questions, okay?
Okay.
After 30 minutes of the show, within the show, I'm going to give you a little water break and then we'll continue, all right?
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Good night, everyone. I just want to let you all know that I'm nervous. So please bear with me. Anyways, this is my story, my past, my life. It happens that when I was 10 plus, as a matter of fact, I was living with my mother from baby until I was 10 plus. However, those years were the best years of my life, even though growing with my mother, it was more like poverty restricted. It so happened that when I was 10 plus, my father asked my mother to let me come and live with my stepmother, and two of my stepmother's nieces. With the situation that my mother was in, having 8 kids, it was really hard on her, and the baby fathers weren't doing their part as they were supposed to, and it was, she wanted the help, so she sent me just for a better life. Anyways, happened that I went there, and um,
All right.
the first
All right.
off,
Let me say this to you. Take your time. You don't have to worry about being judged. You don't have to be fearful of anything negative. All right. Just take a deep breath, calm down a bit. All right. Take a minute and catch yourself, and just relax, and then start when you're ready. Okay.
okay. So was there, and start getting comfortable. However, I must say I was in the ghetto and everything, and then leave from the ghetto and going to a residential area where the whole life thing was a new settings for me. Everything was different. Wasn't able to go next door. Never wasn't able to have friends go anywhere or anything. Just home, school, and church for me. It so happened that I started now getting, start misbehaving in a sense with my stepmother and whatever because of peer pressure at school. So I already see my father. I used to see my father mostly on weekends because he would leave for work early in the mornings and come home late at night. Sometimes I'll be fall asleep by then. So on weekends, there's a part in the yard at the back where we would sit, and he would be there counseling me, telling me that I must have respect for my stepmother and I must remember she's not my mother, and the whole settings. Anyways, it so happened as every Sunday he used to take us to the beach. So it happened that one Sunday he took me out, way out in the water, and I was on his back, and then I felt something, and then I jumped, and he said, don't worry, daddy, it's not gonna hurt it, daddy's just playing with you. And then I was like, oh, what daddy? Anyways, so happened that he said that this is gonna be our secret. I'm not to say anything to anybody.
Hold on.
Anyways,
When you say you felt something, what exactly you felt?
it was his finger. He was using to try to
I understand.
penetrate me with
I
his
understand.
finger.
Okay.
Right, right. So anyways, happened that he had me out there for a while, and then he calmed me back down because I was frightened and everything. So after I calmed down, he take me back out, and then I was there. I went on the shore and I sit down, and I was trying to figure out what happened because everything was new to me. Anyways, it happened that passed, and then my stepmother, she was a new convert and everything. So every church, but everything ring at church, she will go. Then every time that my stepmother would go to Bible study and prayer meeting and choir practice, I used to go with her until he started stopping me from going. So whenever she gone to church, then that's when he would have access to me. So it happened as, at 11 plus, they're about almost 12. My father started having sex with me. And when he did it, he said to me, if I ever talk, he's going to kill me, my mother, and my whole family. Right? At this time, with me living with my father, my mother, was the dearest thing to my heart because I always remember her, the struggles that she's been through and the things that she goes through just for us, you know. That's how I did learn to have value to her. And at that point, I decided that I want to keep that secret because I don't want nobody to kill my mother. You understand? So it happened as I was afraid to talk about it. And matter of fact, I didn't have anybody who to trust. I don't know how to trust anybody. You understand? So it happened as um yeah, it so happened as it started happening regular now, very regular. And by now I am in my teens now and everything. So I remember every day my friends would come to school and they would show icky and they would talk about them boyfriend and everything. And then now me start feeling one way now. I may say to myself, say, I can't talk about no boyfriend or anything. So it happened that um it reached a point where my father having sex with me, it's like it just is normal to me. And to a point where it feel like if I want sex, if my body in a mood, I would want him. I would lay myself careless just for him to have sex with me. That's where it did reach. Anyways, it so happened now that um it start getting to me now. I start feeling away and I realize I know this is not right and everything. But a part of me crying out and a part of me just want to talk, but not knowing who to talk to. And each time he start coming at me now, it's like I start frowning and everything. So, with that now, him start to put on more pressure on me and more threats on me because it's like, we start push him off and everything. So happened as there was this guy now that did like me and I did like him. And one day I was at my gate standing up and he come to me and we're there talking and he said to me, "What's that on your face?" And I said, "What?" I said, Come here, let me take it off." And same time he hold me and start suck up my tongue. And then I pull away, not knowing that my father saw and everything. So my father said, What is going on my gate? Come, hey girl, come in the house." When I go in, my father did give it to me. So now, right there and then now, I start getting rebellious and everything. So one day now, I said, I'm going to find a way to see if I can talk about this. So one day I called my mother and I said to my mother, "Mommy, every time that daddy passing me, daddy not stop touch me on my bottom. And I said that because it was a Saturday morning and he did it to me. So I said, all right, this is a perfect opportunity to see if I talk, what's gonna happen before I say everything else. So what my mother did was just call him and cuss and say, where you touch up on her bottom front, whatever. And he said, no, I'm not doing that. Pass my hand in the way I just slap her and I didn't even know say it was her bottom I slap her on. And them argue and that was it. So I said, And so I can't talk then because not really not gonna come out of it.
How old were you at
So
this point when you told your mother what was happening? Well, when you tried to give her an idea what was happening. How old were you at this point?
I was about 15, going on 16.
And you said it initially
I was
started when you was 10 plus?
11, yeah, 11 plus. I went there when I was 10 plus and it started when I was 11 plus.
And after it started, you said it started with him trying to use his fingers on you, and then eventually it went into actual penetration,
Right.
which became a regular normality.
Yes. So it happened now that one day I was on holiday and I don't know if you remember when CD used to run or whatever. So there was this taxman who would take me into the town like to get taxi early before day because I had to travel so far for school and whatever. Whenever he's on leave, I would take public transportation and whatever. So the taximan had some cassettes for me and I told him I wanted them because school was out. School was on a break. And then when I was at the taxi man, he stopped at my gate and I went and collect the cassette and I don't know if you know the position where you would lean on the car like your hand is in the car and your face in the car and you know your body out. And then the taxi man said, don't move. See your father there behind. I'm saying, what you say? And then I get frightened and same time I said, gimme, 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 gimme. And then I took the thing from him and then I ran inside. But I was so stupid. I ran inside and then I act like I was sleeping. And then my father came and said, oh, a man you want. And I said, yeah, go on, so. And unstoppable, my father gave me a whopping. It reached to the stage that when he beat me, at that point I started fighting back. And then him box me, him kick me, him even step in my belly. So him beat me, swell up my hand, and even my face was swollen. And then him say, if I want me a ton and if a man me want, and him a go see which part me a go turn and take man. And when him did it and him a beat me now, him say, I prefer me kill you in here. And not turn in here, but you take the man. Anyways, he did that to me and one of his co-worker, she didn't really like me and I did look up to her as a mother and whatever. And when I went back to school, it was about 2 days after that school go back in. When I go back to school, my hand was swollen, it was still swollen and it had the black and blue. She was touching me and I said, ow, ow. And then she said, what happened to you? And I said, nothing. She said, what happened to you? Why your hand look so? And then I start cry. I want to start drop. And then she get mad and she said, don't tell me say I him lick you. I say, yeah. And then she now called the police on him. And then now he leave work and he never go back home. And I did end up sleep at her house and whatever. But so happened as nothing ever come out of it. You understand? Anyways, I was there unstoppable and honestly it was so stressful for me and everything. Within that period of high school days and everything, I tried killing myself about 3 times and it just did not work. it happened now that I leave high school, I finished high school, and I went on to further studies, and I board, I board into wherever I went to. And when I was there, and in my last year of that institution, the counselor there, she was on, what do you call it, incest, and she was talking about incest. But in my consciousness, I did not know that I was crying in the class. After the class, she said to me she wants to see me. So I went with her, and she was there, and she was asking me what happened and whatever. And I said nothing happened. And she started saying some stuff to me, and like, whatever happened, just know that you wasn't the one that caused it and whatever. And I just started feeling comfortable with her, and she promised me that whatever I said to her, it would be between us and whatever. Anyways, I opened to her. That was the very first time I opened up, and I told her everything that was happening. And it was about 1 month of about 1 month I have to live back in that institution, and then I get counseling for that time. So when I finish now and I go back home, while I was there, I started planning in my head, how am I going to leave now? Because I'm not going back home into that situation or whatever. So I started looking on Singer, bedroom set and whatever. I'm not working or anything, but I just know that I have to leave. I'm just not gonna go back through all those stuff. So when I did all of that now and I go back home, he decided that he
Let me
wants.
ask you a question. Because I'm still kind of at awe at the fact that you said you tried to take your life 3 times. I know you
Mhm.
said that a few minutes back in the program, but I'm still stuck at that point. Um, when you say you tried to take your life on 3 different occasions, what did you do, and
Mhm.
what happened? And at that point, when you tried that and it didn't work, did anyone try to console you, try to speak with you, trying to find out what was the reason, what was happening with you? Did anything like that happen?
All right. So one time I tried to do it at one of my friend's house. It's like I tried to hang myself one time at one of my friend's house. The other time, 2 times, I used pill. I just see medication in the house. I don't know what they are for, and I just take them. And it's my stepmother saw me with the one at a time, and it's like I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. The second time I tried it, I don't know how this man knows that what was going on. As up to now, I don't understand what happened, what bring him to my house. But I know that he came and he knocked off the door. And it's just that everybody was wondering, but everybody was speculating and thinking that maybe because he was so strict on me, because as I said before, I am not allowed to go anywhere at all, you know? And because I was still getting beaten when everybody else like have their own pleasure of doing anything or whatever. So maybe they think that, you know, because he's strict and whatever, and I might be giving trouble. Understand? So maybe they think that was it because he's strict, and I might want to have my own way.
Okay.
But
So at that point, when persons discovered you trying to harm yourself, I know you said maybe they thought it's because he was strict, but didn't you at least try to speak out to anyone and tell them, well, this is what is happening, why I'm attempting to take my own life?
Okay, so there is just one person. I I think I would have confidence in to tell what happened. And I said to myself, any day that person asked me, what is it? I would open up. And it just never happened. But there was just one lady in the community that I see Christ in her. And I was just dying for her to ask me, or to in a position where I could really talk to her. Just that one lady. Anyways, that didn't happen. So after now, after leaving the institution and I go back home and thing, he wanted to have sex with me and I decided that no, this is it. You have done enough now. And we fight. We fight and he did beat me, literally do me bad. This time my eye was black and blue. And I just take it and I wait until he gone to work and then I just pick up a few clothes and I run away to one of my sister. So when I ran away to my sister, she asked me, what is it? So I said, no, I can't bother. I'm just tired of the yard. So she said, all right, I can stay here, but you have to call your father and tell him that you're here. I said, no, you need to know when I'm there. So she said, well, I can't stay here then. So I said, all right, I'm going to call him. And then I take her phone and then I go like, I call somebody and I talk to them. And I was there for a while. And then now my father contacted my mother and make her know that I am not there and whatever. So that's so now he knows that I was at my sister. Then he came for me and I tell him, no, I am not coming. I am a big woman now. So you cannot tell me what to do. You done your part already. And I'm on my own now. So, I didn't go back. And that's when I met my husband
All right.
and everything.
Before you get to that point, we are 1 minute away from the 30-minute mark where you're gonna get your water break. But I want to ask you a question before we take the break. At that point, at what age can you remember the last time was when he molested you sexually?
I was 17, almost 18, or maybe 18.
So he basically was in a full-fledged sexual relationship with you then.
Yes. Because when I went back home, I was 19 going on 20. So yeah, about 18.
All right, so I know you have a lot more that you're going to be sharing with us, but right now we're at that 30-minute mark where you can take a water break, fresh up your throat a little bit, catch your breath, and then we're gonna come back and you're gonna continue and tell us what happened after that point. All right?
Mhm.
All right, so viewers, trust me, this one tonight is a rough one. As I said, we've been having like a series of sad stories since last week, and tonight is no different. These kind of stories, when they come about, these kind of experiences, when they come about, it just shines and sheds a light on the things that people today are struggling with, right? People today struggling with these kind of things in their life, right? And there are some cases where some of them never even told anybody about what happened to them in their past. So I must applaud every person that built the courage up enough to even say, you know what, let me reach out to Unstoppable and use this platform to let it out. I must commend this young lady. I must commend every caller who even contacted me before and said, Unstoppable, this is what I went through. I've never spoken to anybody about it, but I feel safe, I feel confident, I feel empowered to want to share this with your audience. And maybe it can empower another young lady out there that's facing something like this to speak out today. I want to say first of all, thank you to the persons who have been contributing to the show. I'm seeing a lot of you jumping in tonight with the super chat. So big up, to that. Thank you very much. It is totally appreciated. This is your way of saying, Unstoppable, we love what you're doing. We love the program. So this is our contribution. So thank you so much. I want to say to those persons, first of all, I'm going to start off. The first one is Simone. Unstoppable, big up yourself. Thank you so much for your contribution. Tisha Unstoppable, thank you for your contribution. Marianne Patterson, thank you so much. Mary Mish, Sophia James Unstoppable, Karen Unstoppable, Oral Blake, Winsome Mumby, Debbie Reed, Sophia James again, Lisa Unstoppable, Menelva Unstoppable, Joy Blackwood, and Annie Bowling. Thank you so much for your super chat contributions. All right. And to the PayPal and Zelle crew, I want to say blessings to Melissa Royal, Natasha Moore, Dawn Main, Grace Davis, Deborah Jackson, Sophia James again, NBRS Enterprises, Michael Robinson, Jacqueline Chang, and Okolo Olive. Thank you so much for your contribution. And there comes Andrea Richards rolling in with a $2 contribution. Big up yourself, Andrea. Much appreciated. And to the persons here who don't know how to access the contribution, it's that dollar sign that is in the chat. See the Mellow Unstoppable Blessings. Thanks for that. It's the dollar sign right where you type to comment. Hit that dollar sign and show your contribution or your love for the show. It is that simple. So once again, big up to everyone that contributed and is here to support the show tonight. All right, so Carla, we're back with you once again. You take a little water break. You ready to continue?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go right ahead. No, you were saying
Okay,
after that point you met your husband. I know you had told me that this kind of affected you relationship wise with men.
Mm-hmm.
But before
Okay.
you get to that, there is a question that I have for you. I think tonight's show
Mm-hmm.
may even go over a little bit tonight, but I think it's worthy. Um, Before you get to your relationship with men and how it affected you, I'm quite
Mm-hmm.
sure I'm thinking it right now, and I'm quite sure a lot of the viewers are wondering this right now. If you not wonder this, say yes, you need to wonder. Was there any other young girls in your father's path that he may have done this to that you know of?
Yes, I am positive of one of my stepmother niece that was in the house as well, because she wrote a letter to my stepmother, pressing my stepmother, telling her that she knows what her husband has been doing and the whole works. And I remember one night we were there and we were sleeping, and I felt when she kicked. And then I turned my head and I looked and I saw him over her. And she despised him, but the fact that he was the one that taking care of, it's like, maybe that's why she was going through what she was going through. And after everything, we spoke about it. After I spoke out and whatever, one day I texted her and I said to her, I know what you've been going through. I know what you've been going through and whatever. And she said, I hate your father. I hate him. But then I still didn't say anything to her, you know?
How old was this baby girl at this point?
She was 2 years, 3 years older than I was. And I went there and saw her. So, I don't know how long it was going for. I remembered one day my stepmother cornered her in the bathroom and was beating her. It's like she was bleeding. And she said to my stepmother was, like cowing her down and saying to her, who 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 are you there? Which money I take? Like, it's like she went to the country and come back and say, you got country go make man F you out and whatever, And she's, I don't know how it really go, because that was the first time I was really hearing what's going on. And then my stepmother called me and sent me to shop, maybe because she didn't want me to hear what was happening. And then in the long run, after everything we talk and whatever, and she said whatever, you know. Anyways, unstoppable. I it so happened that at one point I even had an infection. I didn't know what was happening, but I know that whenever I go to urinate, it's like I will smell, a little odor, and I didn't know what it was because nobody had ever talked to me about sex. Nobody spoke to me about period, nothing. Even the first time I had my period, it was in the night, and I got up to pee. And when I look at myself in the bathroom, I saw myself really mess up and start crying. I go in the shower and rinse out my nightie and turn back the wet nightie because I thought that maybe it was what he did to me. Why, that's happening to me. And then I pass my stepmother and I go back in the bed, and my stepmother start laughing and said, come take off the wet clothes. And then I said, but it just blood up. She said, it's a period. And so when so every woman go through it. Anyways, it helped me know that with all that, more than everything, it was there. It was there. I don't know what it is or whatever, and I was afraid. I don't know who to tell, what was going on. So it happened that I ended up having PID. That's pelvic inflammatory disease, and it was when I get big now, and when I was with my husband, I went to the doctor. No, it was a little before I was with my husband, because it did take me a while was to get in with him, and then I did. I had a trust in him from early and whatever, and I said to him, when a people, I don't know when center comes from me, and he said that I must go to the doctor, and when I went, doctor said it's PID and treated me for it. Anyways, it so happened now that when my husband and I get in, boyfriend started out as, and we were there, and at nights he would want sex from me, and I would get up and I would start fight him, and thinking that it's my father coming, he's coming in my sleep, and then it started affecting my relationship. So till my husband start get upset with me now, and I say, what? And I go on, so he was the first person apart from the counselor that I have spoken to about it. Excuse me. So I said to him, look, you have to wake me up. Talk to me. Let us start talk first before we start sex. And he does that, and then that's how we start, being okay again. Unstoppable. You might think that's the worst part of everything. That wasn't the worst part. It so happened that my parents have a grocery store, and I was with my husband when I met him. Nothing was going on, and then he started working on a ship and whatever, and then things was good. He happened that he got fired because something his brother did, and because they know their brother, they fired both of them. And to anybody giving me anything. So I said to my stepmother, "Can I come and work for you because I don't really have any money right now and he's not working."
Your very own father said that to you.
Yes. He said, "Sorry for what? You never did want it." So I said, "What do you mean? I was 11 class. What do I know? Women know. Women could have did want." And that instant, I've never hated anybody before. And I know what it felt like at that instant was to hate someone. I just felt something in my heart like it bulging out my stomach. And I really couldn't cope. I was so hurt. What it did to me, it didn't hurt me as much as when he said that to me. At one point I tried to see to see if I can justify what he did to me. You know, based on everything. At one point I said maybe he thinks I am a jacket and I'm a man a jacket, so maybe that's like my do what I do. You understand? I just try and what I use to try and kind of like when I realize I am going through depression and everything, I just said to myself that he's not really my father. I am just a jacket, and that is why he's doing what he's doing because he's spending money on me. So that's how I used to look at it to cope. And unstoppable, trust me. Right now, if I am to tell like most of my friends or my schoolmates what I have been through or what I was going through in school, I am certain nobody would believe me because I have one of the most bubblest smile you can think of. Everybody always wonder, why am I so happy? Why am I so chirpy? And pity they wouldn't know that all that is just fake. It's just hiding the hurt. You know? So, mhm,
Let me ask you. So you you went through this situation, this ordeal with your father, which is your biological father. It's not an adopted father. Your biological father, as far as you know. Um,
mhm.
you what was it like? What was it like when you told people about this? Was it a good situation for you to speak out, or was it better you kept it to yourself? What was that like?
And probably you're breaking up one of the time. You could repeat.
There came a point where you spoke to someone about it, where you told your family members about it. Did it ever affect you, or
Uh-huh.
did it ever come back at you? Speaking out to people about it.
Well, actually, when at first I thought that, all right, at first, when my father told me that I wanted it and whatever, I started, was angry and everything and being disrespectful and whatever. So I was at him and he was at me. And my stepmother decided that I can't work there anymore because my father want to come into the shop and like he want to lick me in front of the customers then. So she said, knowing how you stay, if him lick you in front of people, I know you're going to want to lick him back, and she don't want any argument or disgrace in her place. So best I stop working. So when she said that, now I said, okay, fine. And I went home. When I went home, I called her and I said to her, you know that, do you know why your husband is acting like that with me? And then she said, what are you talking about? I said, you see for yourself, you see how he's acting and everything. And I tell her that from when I was 11 plus, her husband been having sex with me and I am tired of it. And I asked him if he can say sorry for what he did. And he said that I wanted it. And, I started cursing and I started cursing her too. And saying that, and I think this is because of you too, because, at that point when my father and I used to be good friends and whatever, she usually said, when I was used to sit in my father's lap and talking with him, and he was counseling me and said, make sure I am behaving myself. This is when everything was good and innocent. He usually said, make sure I behave in myself because I must remember she's not my mother. And, I can't expect her to do things that my mother would do and take disrespect my mother would do because I'm not her child. And she usually said, it's like she have this jealousy and said, how she can't get any time with him and what's so she want what's so why the two of we sit down so your father must say I F you. Your father must say I F you. And she constantly repeating those words. So at one point I said, look like you give him ideas, So I was cursing her too. Anyways, when I told her that, I called my mother. I said, Mommy, because by then I was angry and I decided I'm not holding back anything now. I called her and I said, Mommy, you know that all these years I was at my father's house. I was going through all these abuses because of you, because he said that he will kill you and everybody else. So she said, what abuse? I said, my father been sexting me from age 11 plus. And she started crying. I said, so why you never tell me? Why you never tell me? I said, if I did tell you, what were you going to do? When I call you and tell you that my father been touching me on my bottom, all it is curse and nothing come out of it. And she said, but that's a different something. But if you tell me so that didn't happen and whatever. Anyways, I said, well, I am going to go to the station. I'm going to let them lock him up now or whatever. And she's now, when I said all of those now, and my husband would come home and hear me behave away and whatever, my husband said, look, you've been through this all these years, leave him to God and leave him to time and just don't go back there, just don't have nothing to do with him and whatever. All this now you're just gonna call on shame, everybody gonna have things over you now and whatever. Then now my mother telling me the same thing and then my stepmother telling me the same thing. And then I just want to prison him. At that point, I feel like I want to prison him for everything. So the one lady now that I told her I wanted was, I pray she would ask me what happened. I called her and I said, all these years I was there suffering under there and I wish you had said something to me and whatever. And she said, this, she think she needs to see me and we can talk about this, and she's asking me not to have any uproar and people will be talking stuff and I must think about my future and everybody will be pointing fingers at me and whatever. And I said, at this point I really don't care what nobody want to say and whatever. Anyways, my mother now, she would tell my sisters and the family members what I told them because she started crying and not telling everybody no. So I thought no, that would be a relief for me. It actually meant more harm to me by then because let me tell you, I am the second to last of my mother's kids, right? And I must tell you honestly, out of every one of them, right now I am in a better position than everybody else. And even before, right now, I have everything that's good in the family. I am the first to achieve certain things. I understand, and it's like there is a grudge that coming up from me because everybody said, "Oh, at least her father did spend money on her and whatever," you know. So what happened now? Because I've been through what I've been through, and not just this. I know what it is like for someone need justice. So whenever there's a situation in the family, it doesn't matter how much I love you. If you are wrong, you're just wrong for me. You understand? So anything now, if anything happen in the family or between me and anyone in the family, I cannot talk because the first thing come, move from yourself. I think I'm gonna make it for the F you out. In that the girl calling you make your papa F you out and you can't breathe and this and that. When you not gonna breathe, make your papa turn it upside down and finish F you out. You know? So it so happened as at one point I started getting so depressed and everything. Oh, how it reached that point now, my mother, even my very own mother, cussed me one time. But let me tell you how that come in. I have a brother who molested his daughter, and I prisoned him for it. I got him locked up for it because the little girl normally come and spend holiday with me from she was about 5. And I remembered when she came at about age 9 to spend holiday with me, she had an odor. So I was thinking that maybe she's not bathing herself properly, and I realized that she have, you know, reached puberty. So I shaved the ear off her everywhere possible, and you know, I bathed her. So I remembered her father now called me when she went back home of holiday and said to me, she said she's not coming back to you because I shave her and we shave her for and whatever. Some say, hey, what is wrong with that? Some say, anyways, this is your child. Do what you want to do. You shouldn't want to come back fine. But I don't see nothing wrong with that. I smell her, so I just was teaching her proper hygiene. Anyways, unstoppable. He took her away from me for 4 years. She did not come back on holiday. When she was 13, she came back to me on holiday, and it was time for school to go back in session now, almost. It was in August, and I started buying her stuff to go back to school because every time kids come around me, I always do everything for them to back to school. So, I let them choose what shoes, what bag, whatever they want.
Before you continue, someone asked someone asked a very valid question that I need you to answer. The person said, "Is your brother your father's son?"
No,
Okay. Okay.
no.
All right. Continue.
Yeah. One minute. One minute. Can you hear me?
All right, so while the caller is on her call, let me say big up to Denise Unstoppable. Me that for bother up to become a Unstoppable official a while ago. So everybody welcome Denise Unstoppable to the Unstoppable officials. And if there's anyone here that wants to become an Unstoppable official and rock your badge beside your name, also get the perks of becoming an official, just go right ahead and click the join option beside the subscribe button and sign up to become an Unstoppable official. All right, if somebody could just drop the link to become an Unstoppable official in the chat for me, that would be appreciated as a matter of fact. All right, Carla, continue.
Yeah. So it happened as she said to me that I'm not going back home. So I said, what? I said, no, you can't do that. I can't just take you like that. She said, all right then. If you want to send me back home, you send me back home. But I'm not so if you send me back home, I'm gonna just kill myself and I'm done. So what you mean by? She said, alright, send me back home and see if I'm not gonna kill myself. So that is an alarm now.
Wait, your
So I,
niece said she didn't want to go back home, or else she's going to take her own life if she go back home.
yes.
Sherms, big up
So
yourself. All right.
so I called her mother and I first I said to her, I can't just take it like that. I have to get your parents' permission. I have to at least hear what your mother has to say. When I know I can handle my brother, because I can put him in his place because he literally don't have no manners and respect for nobody. So, I can tell him anything come to my mouth, but this is a woman's child. I can tell her and do as I feel, and furthermore, she's not. This woman is nothing to me. You understand? It's not like he's my sister's child or anything. You understand? So I said, whatever your mother said, I can't just do that. So I'm gonna call your mother and tell her exactly what you said. I said, I'm gonna call your mother and let you tell her what you have to say. So I called her mother and I said, your daughter has something to say to you. So she said to her mother, "Nah, come back home." The mother said, what you say? I said, me nah come back home. The mother said, then you not under then? So me say, so what do you say about that? She said, anything she wants to know, anything she want to do, anything you and her want to do, no do. So me say, okay, so that's it. So anyways, so I said, well, if that's gonna be the case, if she's gonna stay here, we need to come to an agreement now as how things is gonna go. So the man and I, we spoke and everything. So the father now, the mother and the father wasn't living. The mother, she sell. So she's from a rural area, and she leave and go to the Kingston to sell and everything. And she would leave the child with the father like for a week or weeks. Sometimes the daughter said that is every 2 weeks she come home, or one time for the week she come home, get stuff and go back, And so anyways, when the father say October, August finishing now and she not come, because I would normally give her like a week to go back home to, do whatever. And 2 weeks. And in say a 1 week I leave back for school now and she don't come. Instant call her phone. I say, want me and I come home? So she said, no. And then she hung up her phone and then we call, and then it's like he must have talked to the mother, and the mother said she don't know nothing. Anything she want to do, she do. So the man called the little girl phone. So every time as he called her phone, she would by this time she don't say anything to me as it, She would put the phone on speaker, or whenever he called and I'm not beside her, she'll run to me and take the phone and put it on speaker. So one day me hear the man on the phone, like when you have your sweetheart and everything good, and she just tell us, me done, I'm gonna move on now. I saw the man behave on the phone. I cried. I said, tell me, so you really not come back. What me I gonna do now? And then when the man behave, so I said, hold on there. Are you home? And then he hang up the phone. And every time as my call, I say, what do you want? He's like, I suck out you, whatever, mama, whatever. I remember where they say, mother, and he start cussing me, and I said, yeah, go read, this, go that. And I say, I block him in phone. I'm calling her, I'm texting her. I don't know when he get cheap again. At 3 o'clock in the morning, he might call a little girl phone on different numbers, like he couldn't sleep and everything. So him starts and get threat to me now because he didn't know where I was living. And it's just two of my family members knows my house where I was living. So that was my favorite brother and my mother. And I said, Mommy, if you ever let him know where I live. That's gonna be it between us. And I know my favorite brother wasn't gonna do that. Understand? Anyways, no. So I'm nothing him start get disrespectful and everything. So one day now, I was there and I said to her, this doesn't look normal. This is not normal. What is going on? Is your father doing anything to you? Is your father molesting you or anything? And she said, no. But I have been through it, so I know the signs and I know everything. And then it's like my heart just keep pumping and everything. And I said, you know, I keep on asking her, she keep on saying no. So one man said to me, said, tell her what you have been through. And because, when she come to visit me, I would take her with me to my parents' house. And because I know how my father is, I don't leave her off my eyesight none tall. None tall, none tall, none tall. If I'm in the shop, she's in the shop. If I'm going to the bathroom, she's coming to the bathroom. Or I tell her to position herself in a way where I can stay inside and see her outside. I don't let her go on him, none at all. Anyways, I know the signs and everything, and I said to her, did you know that my father did this? And I tell her the whole story. Then I said, anyways, I'm not saying that's what your father do to you, but if there's anything at all that's happening to you, I need to know. Let me know. And I even tell her that my father promised, threatened me to was kill me and kill my family. When I said that, she turned on her head fast and looked at me. And she said, I said, yep. So she said, so what you do? And then, I tell her the whole story and everything. So I said, all right, I'm going to my bed now. So do you have anything to say? She said, I'm not ready yet. So when she said that, I said, oh, so actually there is something. And then I was at my best friend's house that day. So I said to her, would you like me to call this person so she could hear what you have to say? So she said yes. So I went to my best friend and I called her and I said, she have something to say to me and she want you to be there. And I also want you to be there as a witness. So she start talk now. So we are there and I said, whenever you're ready to talk, we are here for you. And then she started crying. And then I start rub her and hug her up. And I said, don't worry yourself. Just, don't worry yourself. You're here. He doesn't know where I live. He doesn't know where we are. So there's nothing for you to fear. And she said to me that when she was 9 years old, her father sexually molested her. She said that her mother would leave them and leave them with him. And he would text her morning, noon, and night to take her little brother and send away. She said sometimes she is so tired. Anyways, instead, at one point, it's like he got her pregnant and he gave her dog blood and some other bush to drink. She said that one time she went to comb her hair at her cousin at Sunday evening, and the cousin have a lot of stuff to do. Plus, the cousin did have her homework, and her mother said she has to do everything before she go comb nobody here. So she sit and wait, and her cousin was to do what she was doing, and she said she was even helping her cousin to do her chores. She said she reached home about 9 o'clock in the evening, and she would reach the cousin, like say, from 3 o'clock in the day. And when she was going home now, is him and her little brother that she said come. She said her father bought a hot cup of soup and walk away. And when him and her in the back, he take it and throw it in her face. And asked her if a woman she had and if a man she did that come from. Why she takes so long? She said sometimes, she said, At one point, her father, she and her father did it, and her father wants sex, and she just couldn't take it more, and she tried to fight back, and then kick her through the door, down the step, run at the back, and cut up herself. She said she cut up, she couldn't get up. And in the same money that we can take her up and unstoppable. I cried. Anyways, when she told me all of that, I took her to a gynecologist in the morning, and the gynecologist do her test and everything, and the gynecologist said, "Wow, you're very active. For a little girl,
And how old is
this is
how old is she was at this point?
13."
And the gynecologist said she's very active.
Yes. So he gave her an infection, and I let the gynecologist clean her up and everything. And after that, after I left the gynecologist, I went to the CDA and I reported the case. And the officer there is like, she said if it was in her jurisdiction, she personally would go for him based on what the gynecologist report says and what the story that the little girl tell her, the letter tell her the story from its start till it finish. About 4 times we'd have to go to the CDA to give statement. And they ask her back and she tell them back everything just the same way. Anyways, it happened as they pass on the case to the parish that she belonged to. And they went for him before day in the morning, about 5 o'clock. The officer called me and said they get him. They lock him up, and that's when her mother knows everything because I didn't say nothing to her mother because her her she told me that people always accuse her mother, and I said to her mother, said if she not say I'm gonna deal with her daughter, and so me say then if somebody, her mother herself even said to me, say, while people accuse her, and I say, if me not say, your brother there with me pitney. And something, say, and what did you do when they said that? What did you do? She said, she asked her, she said, no, gossa. She said, no, gossa, then no, gossa. Some said, no, it was the mother. You should have take her to a doctor and find out what's happening to her because she should not be sexually active at this age. And if the doctor says she's sexually active, you need to find out right there and then who is doing the act. So I didn't say anything to her mother. And let the police then do what they do. So when the police them catch him now, that's when the mother called me and I said, so our one. So what you mean by that? Because by then I didn't get a call from the police and said, and I said, what do you mean we're going? And then I hung up the phone, and then the police called me same time. The CDA lady called me and said they get him. I said, okay, fine. Because I was getting advice from a military person saying not to say nothing at all, not even to my own mother, because they don't want him to get any hint or anything. So I hold it back, and when everybody know here, the family, it's just one of my sister alone, and my brother, which I tell is my favorite brother, is the only person that have not cast on any judgment on me. Everybody start cuss me and say a grievance may care because of what my father do to me. And I said my one brother, and I may force a little bit to tell like sort of something. So now my mother now come me now and vex and say, oh comes if I do that, if I do that to my one brother, but me and him come out and say mama and whatever. I say, mommy, listen to me. I have never disrespected you before, but right now you're putting me in a position where I feel like I want to do it. And I'm not gonna do it. So guess what? We will not be having this conversation. And I hung up my phone. And then she called me and cussed me and said, and I said, well, say how me take her man, how me dey take her man, and I started sitting, unstoppable. I said, when my mother said that to me, I cried. I cried. I said, oh my God. I said, mommy, me take your man? Which man? And then I cut off my mother for about a good 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 months. If I said maybe about 6 months, I cut off my mother, I cut off my entire family. Everybody called me and threatened me. And I talk about my wicked and my father, me they feel lock up, I never lock him up and through that now. Just I walk and I terrorize people and then pick me and I tell lie and stuff. They give it to me. And right now, up to this moment, I am paranoid when it comes to men and kids. I am so paranoid when I see man and little pitney.
Um,
So
so let me ask you before we wrap up. Your father,
mhm,
I know you mentioned that he is no longer alive, right?
yeah.
Did he ever at any point say I'm sorry before he died or anything of that sort?
Okay, so he was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4 cancer. And at one point, it's like God did heal him and in the therapy and everything. When chemo and everything, when he went back, there were no more cancer. And then he started smoking again and whatever. And then it licked him this time and it licked him worse. And it reached a point where he started to feed through tube and everything. And then I, s- I said to myself, I see that this is his dying point. And one day I went home and I cried because I went back now and start working back with my stepmother because she needed the help because he wasn't able to help her and she wasn't able to continue on her own or whatever. So she asked me to help, and I went back. And when I was there and everything, one day I said, you know what? I went home and I cried and I looked on everything that happened and everything. I started crying. I said, God, please help me to forgive him. Just help me to forgive him. And when I said that, it's like me just feel broken and me just start crying, sappy tears and everything, and stuff. And I said, I just cry. I just cry like it's something that's happening to me right now. I was just weeping and everything. And and when I cried, I fell asleep crying. And when I woke up in the morning, I felt light. For some reason, I felt light. And when I went to work the Monday morning, I went in his room and I talked to him. And I sat in his bed and I talked to him and I rubbed his head and I said, Daddy, you know that I love you? And he looked up on me. I said, Daddy, I forgive you. I forgive you for everything. And he hold my hand and squeeze my hand and then start crying. I'm rubbing him. I said, I love you here. And then I kissed him on his forehead. And then I went back into the shop. And, after I realized, it's like he start talk to me good and everything and he start calling me my daughter, my baby and everything. And on top of it, it's like I had promised him that I was gonna give him a pedicure for months. I was putting it off before him he got on so bad. And every week I was going home. Every weekend I was going home. He said, you promised me, say I go do my foot and I do my foot for me again. I said, yes, man, when I come out Monday. It's like every time I tell him when I come out Monday. And that weekend that I promised him, I was gonna do it, and he reminded me. For some reason, I went in my room and I started getting dressed, and then I take off my clothes and I went and I gave him the pedicure. I'm rubbing foot, scouring foot, my clipping toenail, my massaging foot. And then I said, Daddy, I go home now, you know. He said to me that I must go in his thing and take out money. I said, no, I don't want money from you. Good man, why you think you must pay me? I said, no man, me alright man. He said, you know some of make people do nothing for me for free. Alright then, I yourself on phone card then. So my laugh and say, you think it easy to you know me not reject phone card. So I went in this thing and took out $500. And then I said, alright, I'm gonna go home here. And then he said, alright, take care of yourself. And then I go there, I hug him. I hug him up, I kiss him. I say, I love you. And see you on Monday, yeah? Alright, my daughter. I said, take care of your husband, you hear? I say, hey, let me can tell my husband to take care of me. Then he say, but me know him take care of you already, so you take care of your husband. I said, alright, but call him and tell him to take care of me too. And unstoppable, when I leave the yard and I was on the road, because you can stay on the road and stay in the yard. And I feel, you know, you can feel when somebody look at you. It's him that looking through the window at me. And then he's shaking and at me. And then I blow him a kiss. And then that was the Friday night, the Saturday morning, early about 6 o'clock, my stepmother called me and tell me, say, my father gone home. I said, what do you mean by my father gone home? I never leave my father at the house. So what kind of home being gone? She said, your father gone home. Home. I said, what do you mean? I said, your father dead. And unstoppable. I did cry. I honestly did cry. But, you know, but it feel good for no say, me did tell him some forgive him, and even though he never says sorry, me see way in which him want to say it, but me no know what it me no know. But me see in countenance and everything when me did tell him some forgive him and everything versus the first time.
All right. So let
So
me let me let me say this to you first of all.
mhm.
Nothing that happened to you is your fault.
Mhm.
Nothing that happened to you is your fault. And I know it's a lot for one person to handle. I know it's a lot for one person to go through. And I must commend you, as a matter of fact, on being as strong as you are to forgive
Mhm.
him. Because being able to forgive him is actually one of the steps to freeing yourself and letting go and living
Mhm.
your life. So I must commend you on that, on actually being able to do that. Most people can't do it.
And so before we go any further, can I tell you that when whenever it reached a certain time in the year, I always come under suicidal depression. Always come under. I don't know. It's like it seems to me. It seems as if it was when it first happened. It's like every time a particular time of the year, I'm always feeling suicidal. Always, and it's about from he died. I realized it was just one time I was under that depression. And I don't know. I said I forgive him, but sometimes I really wonder deep down if I really forgive him because The other night, last week, when you were talking to that young lady and she was saying, the hurt and whatever, it's like everything coming back to me, and it's like I'm under a tantrum. It's like I that night I cried myself to sleep. I don't even know when I fall asleep, and I don't know why am I still hurting so much. And I said I forgive. You know, I don't know. It's like when I heard the story, just like mine just come
No,
right back to me.
see, Carla, first of all, let me say this. Forgiving him doesn't mean that you're going to forget. Forgiving him does not mean that you're going to forget. It is going to be something that is going to stick with you for the rest of your life. That is just the straight fact. So, hearing someone else speaking out about something that you went through, it is going to open that wound, right? It is going to it is going to take you back to your situation. So, it's not that you didn't forgive him, but you just still didn't forget, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as far as the suicidal thoughts that you have, it is clear that you're still facing a depression from this situation.
Mm-hmm.
It is clear that you're still facing a depression from this situation. And this is a situation where I know it happened years ago, but it is still obviously affecting you today. It
Mm-hmm.
is affecting you today because you mentioned to me that when it comes to a sexual relationship with a man, you're still bothered at times.
Yeah, because let me tell you something, Unstoppable. What I need the callers need to understand. You see, sometimes you see people out there. You don't look on people and judge people because you don't know what they have been through. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know deep down what's really going on. And I've been through so many things. And can I tell you, Unstoppable, that the church plays a lot in my life, um, even though, I'm not active as I should be in Christ. But can I tell you, it's good to raise your kids to try to know God. You see, it's the fear of God why I am who I am today, because being molested and go through so much things, it can mess you up so much, because there are times I am wrestling with my feelings, with my urge, with everything. Sometimes I just feel like, I'm tired. I feel like I'm just going to turn a blown lesbian. You understand? I just feel like, and the next time I just feel like, me just would I want one man for the sex me, and that's it. No attachment. But you see, when you have the fear of God, it just helps to curve you. You want to do it, but because you fear a certain, you know certain consequence, you just try and control. So right now, honestly, I do have battlefields in my mind when it comes to sex. It's like a battlefield I have more while.
You had mentioned earlier in the conversation that you were getting therapy. Is that something you're still doing presently?
No, I just got it while I was at the institution for about a month. I haven't been to a counselor after that.
You're active. Well, you say you're not active in the church, but when you were active in the church, did you speak with your pastor about this, or did you?
Well, I have shared, honestly, my church hurt is something totally different. That is for a different story. Different story. So right
You're
now,
trying to tell me you have an
mm-mm.
ordeal with church as well?
Yes, it's the pastor herself. I did something. when I was married and everything, I did something before I became a Christian. I cheated on my husband and whatever. And this lady tell this is
Let's
a
leave that
different
for
story.
let's leave that. Let's leave that one. All right. So, um, what I suggest though is that you definitely need to be counseled. This
I
isn't a
think
case where
so.
you just leave it alone and say this happened in my past and I'm moving. You definitely need to be counseled. So whether it be a professional counselor or your pastor, well, not that pastor that you had a situation with, but a pastor, someone who you could actually confide in and express yourself to, that definitely needs to happen. Someone had asked about your niece. How is she doing now?
Well, she's on the path where she told me straight up that she, is woman her thing is right now, you know. So she said she not have nothing to do with no man. She not like man.
So basically, her father
She
traumatized her
said,
to the point where she would rather to go to a woman for a relationship
mm-hmm,
than a man.
mm-hmm.
Carla,
And more while I looked at her status, and I I just have to stay from a distance and just give her love and just remind her how much I love her and whatever, you know.
yeah, you have to definitely do that. You know, you she went through an ordeal herself, so you
Yeah.
definitely you definitely have to be
Mhm.
her support system. I know you're going through your own, but you have to be her support system.
Mhm.
You know, because she's confused right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. I know. I
All right,
know.
Carla, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers that's listening right now before I open the phone lines so that these callers, listeners can say their piece? What do you want to say to a young lady right now or a lady out there that may be going through this situation? Because it doesn't have to be a child, you know. There can be adults right now being abused out there sexually, which would be rape. But what do you have to say right now to anyone listening that may need a boost to speak out?
So my thing is it's it can be very hard to find someone to trust. It's not the easiest thing to, come out with something you're hurt like that because you have some person will use it as a weapon against you. So I just I just think what they need to do for a person who is going through something like this to find find a church or someone who they can talk to. I personally would not talk to anybody that I know. I prefer if there is a pastor or somebody where me think I would want to relate to, I would call on the phone and don't let them know who I am. But try and get it out. Try and see if it's a case where you can try and see if you can be independent, where you can leave that home, that relationship, whatever, you know.
All right, Carla, thank
And
you so much.
for the parents and the elders that have children in their care or children around their surrounding. Remember that each one, and we have to look out for others. There are signs. There are lots of children that's crying out for help, and it's just us that need to let them be able to find confidence in us. Don't you just judge a child, because my thing was I act out at school because there was no other place for me was to act out. So don't just judge a child and say, oh, she just bad and she just this and she just that. No. Try and find out, friend that child. Because there's nothing more important than when when I see a child behaving a particular kind of way, I know some attention that child wants, and then when that person finds confidence in you, because there have been persons who come to me who there were two cases that children come to me and tell me what was going on, and I went to their parents and talked to their parents about it. You understand? So we have to make them feel loved. No matter how them act like them bad or whatever. Sometimes they're just acting out. They're just calling out for help. It's just we have to learn to read the signs.
All right, Carla. Thank you so much once again for opening up and sharing, and also thank you for advising young ladies out there right now who may be facing this kind of situation in their life as well. Um, you and I will definitely communicate after tonight's program, and we'll take it
Mm,
forward from here. All right.
okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for listening.
You can listen in on the show to listen to what the callers have to say, because I'm quite sure a lot of persons will be calling in to at least motivate you and uplift your spirits and commend you on being as strong as you are, and especially commend you on looking out for your niece as well.
Okay.
All right. Have a great
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You
All
too.
right, Unstoppable family. Listen, this one tonight was rough, and I knew it was going to go over time. We're actually over by 34 minutes, but I knew it, and I think it was well worth it to go over because this one tonight was a powerful one. And I'm quite sure that tonight's show touched and reached somebody out there. Somebody out there needed to hear tonight's program, right? So the phone lines are now open up. You can call in if you want to give her a word of advice, if you want to uplift her spirits, if you want to comment on whatever she said tonight. You know, call in. It's 876-420-3368. It is WhatsApp only. And also, I have to commend the new viewers here tonight. If tonight is your first time, big up yourself and welcome. And I must say, I've been observing the chat, and the newbies don't know the rule of this platform, but I've seen no one had to get timeout or blocked tonight by my beautiful moderators. So obviously the newbies here tonight are following and being very respectful. So big up on yourself for that. I know me have a set of mature people here anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. Derek C. Williams, my brother, what's going on?
Wagwan Unstoppable Live. How are you, sir?
I'm good enough, bro. What going on with you?
Okay, everything is well in Philadelphia. Just going out doing what I do every day, just trying to live the best life I can. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did want to say really quick. First off, I wouldn't say anything to the caller at all. I would simply listen to what she had to say. The fact is that I don't think there would be enough counseling on earth to get her through the trauma that she endured
Mm-hmm.
at the hands of her own father. It's really, I know people mean well when they said, call or seek counseling, call or seek counseling, put it in God's hands, this, that, and the third. I understand all those things are well meaning, but I cannot imagine the trauma from a mental standpoint what that woman went through. It's nothing anybody on earth can tell this woman. So I would just shut up. Me personally, I wouldn't say a word. I would let her get everything she needs to get out. Secondly, I'll just be real brief. I'm in and out. Um, Secondly, with regards to the forgiveness aspect, Black people, we almost always will forgive the accuser. You can look at the way Black people deal with, the dominant society. We will forgive the ills of slavery. We will forgive everything. It's some things. It's come a time where you say, "No, the hell with that." That woman was violated by her own father, and people are saying, and again, I know they mean well, and people will say, the forgive the perpetrator." That's insane to me. There's a time to love and a time to hate. So I've been told that is a time to hate right there. Yes, if it was not for the father, she does not have life. But what good is that life if he's violated the life? So he washed away any good deeds by him even bringing her in the world. Why would you bring a child in the world only to violate it?
Right.
So I don't see where forgiveness is due right here. So that's pretty much all I want to say. I know you got other calls. Thank you for taking my call on Unstoppable Live. You're a good man and you keep pushing. All right?
All right, Derek. Blessings to you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Peace.
so people, that is Derek C. Williams right there. You can go over there on YouTube and check him out. He has a beautiful platform. If you think Unstoppable Live is the only good show up on YouTube, then you're wrong. You need to go check out Derek C. Williams' platform. He's right in the chats commenting, so you can just check him out. All right. And Derek, listen, I want to say big up yourself. Now the phone line is open again, Lord God. Let me call him. Watch out. All right, but busy who this now. I want to say big up to Tony Tough. As a matter of fact, Tony Tough, I see you in the chat. Blessings, my brother. All right. And a few persons definitely need to get big up. Ricky J, big up. Thank you. You were invited here tonight. So, Ricky J, welcome to the Unstoppable family. I want to say Eulalie Lindo. Big up yourself, Eulalie Lindo, Aspatio. And Susan Benjamin. Bless up to you. Crockett Way. Big up yourself, Crockett Way. Thank you for coming over, my brother. All right, I see you say, yo, this is a good show tonight. Big up yourself, Crockett Way. And also, you have a problem with Grace Davis, Grace, how is it that you not tell me, say today is your birthday? Grace, me and Yaga have a problem. But me and Yaga talk about that after the show. But people who big up Grace Davis to me and wish her a happy birthday for me there. All right, Queen Rocks Lux TV, what's going on?
Hey, good night, don't stop. I'm in some pain, but I was listening. But I have to call in when certain things,
Yes.
I can't let it pass by.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to say is this. There's no amount of counseling in the world. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Queen Rock's gone already. Oh, God. Hyacinth, blessings to you.
However,
Upon Queen Rock. Oh, she's
forgive,
back. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
forgiving him is not for him. It's for her. Because let me tell you something. If she did not forgive him and he died, that is something she would never forgive her own self for. She made peace with him and he needed that to go. Do you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
He needed that, so does he deserve it? Not really, but he needed it to go, and she could live with herself knowing that she forgave him before he went.
Mm-hmm. So basically, Queen Roxa said the man did wait upon him forgiveness for dead. That's what Queen Roxa say. That's what him did wait upon before he kick the bucket. I mean, no found in a chat, I say a long time in the the old piece of all. Mm-hmm. You know?
Ah, my
Yeah, Queen Rox.
God.
We wait upon you. Yeah, there. We da wait. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying I had a sister and brother that had a big fight, and they said things very hurtful to each other. My sister died in a car crash, and my brother is not the same since then.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that to say she forgiving him is better for her because he's gone, but she have to live with that feeling good, at least knowing she gets some closure before he die for herself in that sense, because she would have been.
Oh Lord. Queen Rocks. We have to go call Queen Rocks Internet Company, We have to go reach out to Queen Rocks Internet Company and tell them say them need to set up with sister
Jesus.
internet better than that, man. Yes. Alright, Queen Rocks.
Listen, I don't know what to do. But I also understand the fact when she say about wanting to go to a woman sometimes. And don't judge me, but I've had that thought before because I'm like, my experience with men ain't great, and maybe I need to try a woman because So I understand that point, and I agree with her too. People would judge people when they don't know what they've been through.
I want to hear what Queen Rocks are saying, man. I really want to hear what Queen Rocks are saying. Why this continue?
But she does need counseling. Oh Lord. She does need somebody to talk to. Huh? Okay. She does need somebody to talk to because this is, and she thinks because she felt it again, like the thoughts of it is because she did not forgive him. She forgive him. However, the torture and the torment and the trauma is not gonna go away. And if you're watching a TV show, or if you're with a man and he said the wrong sentence and the sentence remind you.
All right, Queen Rocks. We have to go make that one here run, Queen Rocks. We have to go make that one here run, Queen Rocks. We can't continue to do this. Let me give Queen Rocks one
It's
more
a
go.
fact.
Go ahead, Queen
Oh
Rocks.
God.
One more
Yes,
go,
it's
Queen
a
Rocks.
fact that certain events is gonna bring back and rehash that thing that you have hidden in the closet. Certain events is gonna bring it back to life. You just have to do the best you can. You know what I mean? And pray and see if you can get somebody to talk to. But it really doesn't go away. That I could say.
All right, Queen
Certain
Rocks.
things is gonna trigger it, and you just
Yes.
have to do the best. She's a strong woman, regardless. Because I'm forgiven, but I wasn't cutting no nail. There's where I draw the line. No pedicure. Sorry.
All right, Queen
Okay.
Rocks. Big up
Love you
yourself.
guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
And feel better.
All right. Okay.
All right, so Queen Rocks rock. Hey, Queen Rocks speed through that a while ago before the internet start cut out again. Grace, good night. How are you? Hello. Don't tell me say you have another internet issue, Don't tell me say this is another internet issue. Well, go on. Talk to me. Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're not here, Grace. Let's take another call in since we're not here, Grace. Hello, good night. You're live. Watch you know we lose that one day too. I want to go on tonight. Make we take another one again. Hello, good night.
Good night.
All right, we are
Night,
here.
everybody.
We are here, Dr. Mia. We don't know what happened to the last three callers a while ago, but for them thing cut off. Dr. Mia, I want to go and talk to me.
Why metal head shoot? Maria Queen Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of had a field day with what she said. But anyways, all right, to the caller, I must commend her. I mean, I understand what Derek C said, and I do understand that. Okay, if it was probably me in that space, I wouldn't have forgive anybody. But then I remember my own words that forgiveness is not just for the person. I'm saying sometimes when I talk about forgiveness, or for most part, it's not just about the individual. Because, okay, I believe that my ex husband had wronged me in a lot of things. And I forgave him for me, or else I wouldn't have been able to move on in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So for having a peace of mind, I forgive. But no, the fact that her dad did that to her, oh my God, that is just terrible. I was so upset. I was so upset. That is just so wrong. At 9 years old, and then this come and happen to her niece. OMG, I'm telling you, some men are such dogs, man. I'm telling you. But for anybody who is facing trauma or anybody who is going through situations like that, I think you need to talk up for your own peace of mind. Don't keep holding it thinking that you're going to be embarrassed or anybody is going to judge you or
Right.
anything. Just speak mine and get it out of you.
Yes.
Because when you speak your mind and get things like that out of you, even if you had forgiven the person for you or you're forgiving the person for the person, at some point in time when you speak up, then you become much lighter, much freer, and I'm sure now that she had this out in the open, I'm thinking even though it's gonna be a whole long time before she gets settled in and be able to in a relationship where she's gonna be comfortable in the whole sexual thing, it's gonna get a little lighter for her now that she shared her story and she's getting all this advice. And let me tell you, lady, I must commend you. You're awesome, and I believe you have a beautiful heart, a beautiful soul, and you are going to be just fine. It's just going to take a little time. And the more you keep, getting things out in the open, the more you keep, telling yourself this is not your fault and, help your niece to, that this isn't her fault either. So she could, live a life that she wants to live. Trust me, at this point in time, your niece saying that she doesn't want to be with, um, a male, she want to be with a female. It's just her being resentful at this time. I know deep down inside maybe that's not what she want, but because of the fear of having somebody inside of her, the fact that her father did that to her, it's very scary. So once you give her all the counseling and you know encouragement and stuff, maybe in the future her mind will turn. Some never come back from that. Some stick with the females completely for good. But I do hope that she comes back from it. But that's my advice. Just keep pushing, keep pressing, and everything is gonna be fine. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even next year, but it will be fine eventually.
Thank you, Dr. Mia, for your advice on that. Have a
You're welcome.
great night, Dr. Mia. Everybody
You
who
too.
can connect with Dr. Mia Witter, she is always in at the comment section. Every single show, Dr. Mia Witter is always in the comment section. So you can connect with Mia because she has a platform of her own where she goes live on a regular, and she always have some positive things where she talk about. All right, Grace, your phone work this time. Please tell me it's working this time. Hello? All right, don't know. Grace, you probably need to turn up your volume, but we still not hear you again. Let's take another call while Grace try to solve that problem on her phone. All right, so once again, I want to welcome all the newbies here. Manisa, big up yourself. I want to welcome everybody who is here for the very first time to the Unstoppable live talk program. And I want to say this. Dr. Mia said, if you are out there and you are worried about being judged, listen, don't be worried about being judged. If a situation happened to you in your past, it is your truth. Nobody can judge you if you were victimized. You understand? You have a right to speak up. You have a right to speak out. You have a right to get it off your chest, right? So if something happened to you in the past, Lord God, then people are going to cuss me. They're going to say, Unstoppable, why you not answer the phone? Because I never look on the phone. So me I say all kind of missed calls after the phone done ring. So I apologize to the persons who called in. Now one thing me I gonna say though, so far we had Derek C call in and I be a woman after that. One to the man them. You know what me I gonna say something? Would I love for the man them start for voice them opinion on topics like these, because what when time some waste man make man look bad, I feel like the man them were offended by these kind of things where some man do. If speak up and make people understand, say listen, and every man stay so. Why the man them feared for calling and vent about these things when it happen? Derek, big up yourself, my brother. Good night, caller.
Hello, Bev.
All right, see there, my brother, big up yourself. I didn't even know this was a man on the phone. Blessings to you for calling,
When,
my general.
when we are talking at the, when we are talking at the background, Bev, me I say, wait, just answer the phone. There's a man in the background on the phone, bitch.
Big up yourself for that, but family.
Yeah, man. Honestly, Virgin, me rule about the thing, the whole entire thing. As you know, I say,
Mm-hmm.
out of land now, they are called from city. As you know, I say,
Me hear the
work
accent, my
almost 4
family.
o'clock in the morning.
Big up yourself for stay up them kind of time and listen to the thing, my family.
Yeah, man. Well, I didn't mean it. We don't have work city. As you know, I say, so in time we can make a work. You don't know. We have to listen for YouTube, but
Yeah,
we don't take advantage right now. You see me?
yeah.
Yeah, man. For a man where have teenage daughter, Virgin, me they are me a rule. You see me I say? Me a rule because me I say, me can't believe how can a man look on him daughter?
Exactly.
You have certain them that have what you call it, them the sort of affection for your daughter, Virgin. How that possible? You know, Virgin, me they have Virgin and me I tell you, say me a frowns. When I say me a frowns, me say me a frowns,
My
big man.
general, me have one daughter. May I tell you this? Me not see how it is possible for a man to have any kind of attraction for him own child where him supposed to love and nurture and
Protect.
care for and protect. I don't see how a man can possibly do that. You understand? It is
Me I tell
wrong
you,
on
Virgin, me
every level,
frowns, Virgin. You can the word wrong can't even spell it don't spell long enough to tell you how wrong the thing is, Virgin. You see me I say?
Mm.
It wrong, man. Wrong, extremely wrong, Virgin. I mean, I tell you right now, when me say in drop out, I say, yes, man, in deserve to drop out. You see me I say? Yeah, man, big up yourself still, Virgin. I say, so me listen to the program still, straight
All
out.
right,
I'm
my
all and
general.
Lindsay in the chat still, isn't it?
All right, my brother. Yes, Marlon Lindsay. All right, you are Marlon. After you hang up, send me a message so me add you to my contacts. See, my brother?
Yeah, man, no worries, man.
Blessings. All right, so
Yeah, man.
I want to big up Marlon right now, I want everyone to big up Marlon because Marlon, as a man, jump out and speak out about this tonight. So him deserve a big up. The whole on right now for big up Marlon and say, Marlon Lindsay, big up yourself, my brother, for that. You understand? Me can't throw Tony Tough under the bus still, because Tony Tough call in every now and then. You understand what I say? Me say Jason Buchanan there, Jason, big up yourself. You understand? But I want the man them for vent about this tonight, man. You understand what I say? Because me there I'm heated right now. Every time I cover a topic like this, me get heated. Every time I cover a topic like this, me get heated. Miss, you finally turn a official. Wagwan.
Finally, listen, I remembered and I tried to, and I thought it a charge, and then my PayPal password had not gone through. So when you called me out, you didn't have to embarrass me. That's not the kind of call out I was talking
Well,
about.
may have to show you up because it take you long enough. You've been around long enough to been sign up as an official. But anyways, yes.
I procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
So this is call number 65. I'm serious. I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you. This
Listen,
is
there
call
are a
number
lot of persons
65.
calling in. So, like I say to everybody who always say, unstoppable, when me call you, me can't get through, so me not bother try. Continue trying, and it's not that I'm ignoring your call, it's just that there's a lot of persons calling in. So, if you call and
I
it
know.
busy, no, I'm not talking to you, me are looking at the camera. Relax yourself, because me still
Oh.
hot for you. You just wait. Me still hot for you.
Please.
All you have to do is just continue trying, because your call is very important to the platform. If you decide to pick up your phone and dial the number, then that means your opinion, your views, your advice is important and it's welcomed. So if you ring a couple times and you don't get through, just try again. You understand? At some point, your call may just come through. All right? All right, Miss Denise, go on again.
So a couple things. I so agree with Derek when he says we are so quick to forgive. I refuse to I'm not forgiving you. Unstoppable, if you wrong me, especially if it's in a traumatic kind of way, I'm not forgiving you. Period. I'm not forgiving you. I'm not gonna be like both of John's family and go hug her. I'm not forgiving you. Don't look for it. It's not happening. We're not sipping tea. We're not having coffee and discussing it. We're not talking about it. I'm done. I'm not forgiving you. Secondly, stay away from the pastor, because if you go to a pastor for counseling, it's going to be another unstoppable show. No pastor for counseling.
I
Stay
notice a
away
lot of
from
people
that.
in the comments saying stay away from the pastor.
You stay away from the pastor, or she gonna have to beat him with hammer like the last
So you
week.
think
So
you're saying that the pastor may just take advantage of the situation?
Of course, they do that all the times. That's their MO. I haven't met one yet, because I have a pastor story. We all have a pastor story. Well, a lot of us have a
me have to
pastor
go
story.
schedule you, Lord God.
No, you're not gonna be in my business.
So like we have to go schedule her though. What I say? We have to go schedule her though. She have one pastor story.
And third, I was wondering if Queen Rock's cupcake was available.
Denise, good night. Good night, Denise. Good night. Sure. All right, so that right there, big up yourself, Denise. All right. Lady B, good night to you. You finally get through.
Whoa, I am so happy to get through. Good night.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, let me look on the phone to see if we really get through.
All right, man.
Yes.
You get through. Oh, go on.
Okay, yes. On a serious note, I really applaud the call, because it takes a lot of heart to say things like, I mean, just to express herself. And I'm gonna say this to you. I think I've said it one time to one person. I've witnessed someone being abused. I was a child and I witnessed it. And there are times when there's some men and things happening to them and you wonder what's happening to them. Trust me, is the things they did in their lifetime. And as Dr. Mia said, when you forgive, it's not really for the person.
It's for you.
It's for yourself. Because I don't even think that person who I saw who was abused, I don't think she said anything to anybody. And that's something I'm thinking, oh my God, I might have to just take that one to my grave, because I know, and she's a cousin. A lot of people know her. She's and I told my sister about this scenario, but I never told her who it is. And I don't think I can even talk who it is. I know the person now, we have a good relationship. And it's always in the back of my mind. I'm like, I wonder if she remember that I saw that. And the person who did it, one day, I was it happened when I was a child. But then I was grown up now and married and everything. And one day I saw the person, and the person said to me, because when that was happening, what I was saying, I called my cousin name and I said, what will I do? What will I do? I want that to know I do. I didn't know anything about that because I was maybe about 9 or so. And you know what the person said to me? You know what I hate to say it, but you know what the old dog said to me? He said, hey, you're married now. So you know when I do not true. And I'm thinking, how many young girls he did that to? And the person, my cousin was so much younger than him. So there's a lot of times, a lot of ladies have stuff that they don't know how to talk about. And I really appreciate your platform because people can come up here, they can express themselves, they can talk about things happening with no judgment whatsoever. They can just release everything. And yes, counseling is important. But sometimes when you talk about the things and you pray about it and you forgive yourself and you realize, look, that wasn't my fault. That was that person's fault because they should know better. So I really applaud you for this platform. And young lady, just keep your head up high and just forgive yourself. You did nothing wrong. And some of these men, it's just crazy the way some of them go around and acting as if they're doing nothing wrong and they did nothing wrong. But as I said, they will definitely get theirs. And I'm not saying it in a negative way, but they will get theirs. Just forgive yourself and as you did, and just hold your head up high. And that's my advice to the caller. But
Yeah.
anybody else, if you have stuff to say, just call Unstoppable because I really, really, really rate this program. You just say what you have to say, nobody judge you, and you feel so relieved in yourself. Trust me, you feel very relieved. And after a while, this is gonna be like therapy for you.
All right. Thank you, Lady
And
B.
that's all I gotta say.
Totally
Okay.
appreciate that. All right. Blessings to you.
All right. Bye bye.
All right, everybody. That is Lady B Unstoppable right there. And you can check out our platform as well. She does some nice videos over there covering some healthy dishes and stuff like that. So you can check her out. It's Lady B Unstoppable. All right. I want to say this. Some people knows about situations where children are being abused and keep it to themselves and say that's not my business. Some people knows about situations where children are being molested and keep it to themselves and say that's not my business. I want to say this right now. If you know of a situation like that, please do the humanly thing and report it. Do what is right and report it. Even if you suspect it. Even if you suspect it, do the right thing. Good night, caller. How are you? All right, so Grace, I don't know why. I don't know if you hear me, but you're the only one that I'm having this problem with. Can't hear you. So maybe that's a problem on your end. You're probably hearing me, but obviously your phone is having an issue, Grace. So try and sort that out. All right. So I want to say big up to the TR show, a very loyal brother as well, over here on the Unstoppable family. And big up to SF Rose. All right. Blessings to you. And I want to say welcome, Gary Logan, my brother, really calling in right now. Because me, I wonder why the man them now want to call in.
Good night, everybody.
But me know say you definitely
Boy,
would have called in, Gary.
tonight's show is really, 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 really hurt to know that the caller, to all of what she got through. But thank God she have such a heart where she stand up and she can come out and explain herself and talk what she go through. But I must say, to all the ladies that go through all of this, a man too. Well, I'm really sorry to know that you all have to go through this. Because, and it happened at a tender age when I have no control over it. And sometimes, as I say, as the caller said, we parents have to listen to our kids. But at those times, sometimes they have nobody to trust because of how the community or how things is and how things was and all that. But on the next hand, for you to live with peace, you have to forgive yourself. It is good to confront these people. Because even when she's doing pedicure, it's like, it's like you're using a man licking the person same way, because each time when she do it, he might look on her, and he might think in himself, why, oh, wicked, what him do. And me know at that time it tear him inside. Because sometimes, it's not the action of things, is the inner person at times. You do some things where the inner person are looking at themselves and them can't look in your eyes. And that is a serious situation, more than when somebody use a hammer and beat. Because you see doing that, the day when she do that, and she tell him so she love him, oh my God, I truly don't know what he might feel at the same time. It's like she using a knife and stab him in a one whole same way. And the whole situation where she say what happened with her niece, that is the next time. I'm glad she was able to step out. And the mother, if the mother I got cuss her and act all of those way, the mother is so wrong. Because when she was going through it and she tell her mother, the mother never say nothing. You understand? And if you see the mother go, because enough parents are like that, enough mothers are like that, Me not say me bash the ladies now and so on. But trust me, when the kids talk to you and tell you certain things, listen to them. Listen to them. If you not go so, in here go so. She tell her mother point blank, say my touch her on her bottom and her mother just cuss and go along. No, that not make it. Get to the bottom of the situation. And the stepmother was able to deal to cushion her, yes, by doing when she work. But that is how God work it out for her to really show him, because it's that word in your love. It's a word where it conquers all. And when she really tell him she love him, she'll find peace at the time. Because for her to live on, because the old papa, I go him, I go. But she have to find peace to live on. And as Derek could have said, forgiveness. Let me tell you something. Forgiveness, same as how we want God to forgive us in things that we do, we have to learn to forgive. But for her forgiveness is for her own self, for that peace to move on. Because if she never do that, I know she couldn't even talk tonight to let out what goes on. She couldn't do that. So in this sense, I'm saying to all the ladies and the men who get hurt, try to forgive yourself first in everything. And boy, we just have to look to God for every situation. Because him is the healer. Because in situation like this, only him alone can heal you. No, counseling will help you to a certain point, but God healing is the healing of everlasting. And the hurt and the pain when she go through, it not go easily forget over so easily, because nobody can forget over a pain like that. You want a father will go with your mother and bring forth you to this world, and you do something, and a father do something like that. I tell her, him deserve every day to get a beating with all 28. Every day. I'm sorry she never have a uncle or something where she could have run to and tell, because I know say them time you have some uncle where definitely I go put him down. Yeah, man. So, I want to big up everybody, be safe, everyone, and keep on, just find forgiveness whosoever go through the same situation, and just put God first in everything. You know what I mean? We all do, and blessings. Take care of yourself, and
All
we'll
right,
talk.
Gary. All right,
All
Gary,
right.
my brother. Blessings. All right, so that right there is Gary Logan. Gonna all know him, familiar with him from the chat. Yeah, that is Gary right there. So big up to Gary Logan. All right, I want to say big up and welcome to all of the persons that signed up. We had persons sign up to be an official, an unstoppable official tonight. I want to say big up to each and every one I know. Step out and sign up and become an unstoppable official member. That is totally appreciated. All right. So more have to say, if you have not signed up as yet, please make sure to sign up and become an unstoppable official. All right. Please do that for me. All right, the link is being dropped in the chat by my brother TR, so you can just click on that link and sign up to become an official. All right, and I want to send a shout out once again to the persons who contributed to the show so far. I want to say big up to Annie Bowling, Joy Blackwood, Menelva Unstoppable, Lisa Unstoppable, Sophia James Unstoppable, Debbie Reed is a member, Winsome Mumby, Oral Blake, Karen Unstoppable, Sophia James again, Mary Mish, Marianne Patterson, Tisha Unstoppable, Simone Unstoppable, Andre Richards, Mello Unstoppable, British. All right, Kimon Williams, Aries Girl. She said, hey, you. Jamie Martin, Taz Tizzle, Anakisha Coombs, Jacqueline Chang, Unstoppable Elizabeth Wilson. Denise Unstoppable turn a member tonight after my bother her up. Dana Marie became a member. Big up Dana Marie. Unstoppable Female King became a member. Paulette Thomas signed up, contributed. Gary Logan contributed. Marlon Lindsay contributed. Rain Jonas, Kiki, Angel, Divine Empress signed up, and Karen Queen Unstoppable contributed. Thank you so much for your contribution. It is totally appreciated. All right. Divine Empress, Karen Queen, Unstoppable. And if you are here and you want to share an experience, please, all you have to do is send me a WhatsApp message, and the message just simply has to say, I would like to share a story, or I'd like to share an experience. It's that simple. Don't send a long paragraph. Just send that and I'll call you back. I'd like to share a story, or I'd like to share an experience, and that's it. Nothing else, and I will give you a call once I see the message. All right? This platform is judgment free. You don't have to worry about being judged. You don't have to worry about being criticized. You don't have to worry about nobody chat you or disrespect you at all on this platform. Pinky, thank you so much. Thanks for giving persons a place to speak out. You're most welcome, Pinky, and I appreciate you as well. All right. Now, um, every person that is here tonight, I want to ask you this favor. Friday night is the next show, right? And on Friday night's show, I need each person that is here tonight to be here on Friday night, but I want you to invite one person. You can do that for me, right? Every person that is here tonight, Friday night's show, I want everyone I know just to invite one person. Not two, not three. If you want, you can invite more. But invite at least one person for Friday night's show. And when you get here, right? At the end of the show, I am going to welcome the persons that you invited. So make sure to let me know the persons that you invited, so I could call them out and welcome them. All right, at the end of the show. All right. So every person, Sabrina, thank you. Sabrina says, sure. Joanne, thank you so much for doing that for me. All right. So every person that is here, Friday night, invite one person. See, Manisa says, will do. All right. I'll be looking forward to it. And not just say, hey, come check out that show, yeah, you know. Make sure say, yes, say, hey, make sure. Say me see you up on the show, you know. All right? Yes. TR say, I will invite 50. Well, TR, we all know how you work already, my brother. All right? So every person that is here, like I said, please invite one person. It's that simple. And just make sure the person shows up. And I will definitely, once you tell me that, like Hayden Checkley, all Hayden Checkley have to do is say, Unstoppable, I invited the humble lady, right? It is that simple. And the humble lady, all she has to do is say, I invited Sherry Gay Unstoppable. That is all you have to do. And I will definitely be taking the names down to give them shout outs and them welcome, as well as the Unstoppable officials and the Unstoppable Army will be welcoming every person that is new here along with me. All right. Now, who that me say a while ago? Oh, may I have to big up Trev too, as a matter of fact. Kemisha Unstoppable, much love to you. Trade Dubs, big blessings. All right. Now, to every person that is here, listen, the perks of being an Unstoppable official. Your name gets mentioned on every single show. Every single show, your name gets mentioned. So you stand out from everybody else when you sign up to become an official. Not only do I call out your name, but you have a badge beside your name. You notice like how Aries Girl and Lady B and Kizzy and all these people have them badge beside their name. Some have VIP and some have the first month badge, and next month some of them are gonna have a different color badge again. Yes. So that is one of the perks of becoming an Unstoppable official. All right. Also, soon enough, I'm waiting to hit a certain number for me to start having some private live streams with the Unstoppable officials. And the private live streams I will be having with the Unstoppable officials, it won't be this kind of live stream where I'm just sitting down talking to you. The private live streams, you know what? I'm not even going to let the beans out of the bag yet. I'm not going to let the beans out of the bag. Just know that the private live streams for the Unstoppable officials are going to be beneficial live streams where you will actually be getting benefits from my guest that I will have on the program. So it's not going to be unstoppable listening to somebody who went through something. It may be unstoppable talking to a psychologist on the program. It may be unstoppable talking. You know what? Me just me not let the beans out of the bag, and I did just that. All right, so all the Unstoppable officials, as soon as you hear your name, you know what to do. A time for no march out. Susie Unstoppable says she had drive, but watch out, watch if Susie now go pull over and send in her flame. Watch ya. Susie Unstoppable, Lola, Peaceful Sistrin, SF Rose, Unstoppable Elizabeth Wilson, Joy Blackwood, Rosie Unstoppable, Sonia Andy, Miss Bossy, Sophia James Unstoppable, Beverly Henry, Camille Harvey, TR News and Reviews, Liba Unstoppable, Janine Unstoppable, Derek C. Williams, Lady B Unstoppable, G Style Tough Style, Leonie Unstoppable, Cami Shades, Gary Logan, Edward Walker, Claudine Cameron Unstoppable, Natalia Grant, Andre Richards, Tash Unstoppable, Kizzy Unstoppable, Queen Rocks Lux TV, Christine Johnson, Moodman, Peter Bennett, Jacqueline Chang, Trev Unstoppable, Blondie Unstoppable, Stacy and Bryce, Negrita Unstoppable, Grace Davis, happy birthday once again, Grace, Sandy Love Unstoppable, Commander Vlogs, Tisha Unstoppable, Kiki Angel Unstoppable, Unstoppable Boss Lady, Darlene Riley, Winsome Mumby, Jackie Cameron Unstoppable, Michael Brown, Tony Tuff, Karen Queen Unstoppable, Sheldon Unstoppable, Joshua Stewart, Veronica Noel, Zenobia Henry, Rashika Latte, Maya Ellis, Aries Girl, Charmaine Thompson, Yvette Unstoppable, Sherms Unstoppable, Debbie Reed, Denise Unstoppable, Donna Marie Unstoppable, Unstoppable First Female King, and Divine Empress. Blessings to each and every Unstoppable officials uno arakuno badge. Proud. Chrissy Unstoppable, blessings. Chrissy says, I'm repping for Janine. Big up yourself. And I want to big up Lisa Lindsay as well. Much love to you, Lisa. I want to say bless up to Mama Maslin. Bless up to Teresa Myers. You know, I saw Queen Dania was here earlier. Blessings to you, Queen Dania. I want to say blessings to Dr. Mia Witter. You are all most appreciated. Menelva Unstoppable, big up yourself. Much love to you. All right. Everyone that is here tonight, please stay safe. Spread some love to each other. And if you don't know the pervert them, make sure say you know expose the pervert them. Alright? Hashtag expose the pedophile them, expose the pervert them, listen me now man, we are gonna start expose them, you know. All right. If you have not yet started following me on Instagram, it is Unstoppable TV on Instagram. All right. I am trying to get to 10K before TR. Yes, I said it. I'm trying to get to 10K before TR. So you don't need to start follow me on Instagram and make me reach 10,000 subscribers. Cause TR I try beat me. TR want to get to 10,000 give me subscribers, 10,000 followers before me, and that can't happen. You not allow that to happen, right? So anybody here right now who wants to help me to reach 10,000 followers before TR, then go over to Instagram and follow me. It's Unstoppable TV. All right, Unstoppable TV. Go over to Instagram and follow me. All right. Nurse James, big up yourself. Much love to you. Sherms Wagwan. So let me see who gone over yet. If you reach over Instagram yet, Unstoppable TV, as soon as you follow me, let me see. Once you follow me on Instagram, me I go shout out your name. Let's see. How much followers me I go get for this right now? Let's see. Who reach over there yet? Let me see. TR go on like him want to compete against me. It not gonna happen. Let's see. All right. Who this? Let's see who this. Unstoppable Roxy. Watch you know all over Instagram. Unstoppable Roxy, I rep the brand, you know. Roxy say, Unstoppable Roxy. Unstoppable Roxy, big up yourself. And I just gave you a follow request, Roxy. Big up yourself. I'm following you back. All right. So that was Unstoppable Roxy who went over first and sent me a follow request. I'm a follow her back too. All right. Let's see who else is coming over to follow me on Instagram. Let's go. Who else this? Who this? Watch ya. Watch ya. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Trev the blogger. Big up yourself, Trev the blogger. And I'm going to follow you back, by the way. I just sent you a follow back request, Trev the blogger. Who this now? Phil Munchie. Film Unchin. Phil Munchin. Boy, you know yourself. Confirm, I'm just follow you back too. All right, Camille Johnson. Confirm, and me follow you back to Camille. All right. Melly Pooh. Confirm, and me follow you back to Susie. You know, just tell me say you drive. What you do over here? I start me in my inbox. Sure. Let me see who else. Who else came? What? Watch ya more. See it ya? All right. Ja Thomas, big up yourself and me follow you back. Ja Thomas, blessings, Ja Thomas to you. All right, let's see. What is it? The Food Vault. All right, the Food Vault. All right, blessings to you, the Food Vault. All right, watch out, man. The followers, them coming over. And no worry yourself. You're gonna get your follow. All right, Lisa, who that? Marlon Lindsay, blessings to you, my boss. Blessings. I'm gonna follow you back, Marlon. Blessings. All right, what that say? Topazi 2, blessings, follow. All right, see it there. Now let's see who else. Well, under the followers coming in. The followers coming in like, hey, TR jealous, you see. Watch TR. TR I say, yo, the boy Unstoppable are gonna reach the 10 before me, you know. Unstoppable are gonna reach 10,000 followers before me, you know. All right, so that right there, let's see. Let me see where my numbers there now. Let me see. All right. We're at 7,660. We're still there far away from beating TR to the 10K still. But thank you all for going over and follow the persons who actually went over and gave a follow on Instagram. Now, from time to time, I do some live streams on Instagram, but they are not scheduled live streams. They are always random, always just pop up and do some random live streams over there. And sometimes even me and my brother TR, we jump on and we do some conversations over there as well. Always some good conversations. You know, me and Dr. Mia at times as well. You know, so if you want to have some good conversation and hear some good conversations, then you can jump over there and follow TR. It's the TR show on Instagram as well. And it's Dr. Mia Witter on Instagram as well. You can jump over there and follow all of us. All right. Grace, happy birthday to you, Grace.
Thank you, Mr. Unstoppable.
But
I just
nobody come thank
what?
me. Nobody come thank me because I'm
What?
mad with you.
What? Why?
Because why is it that I had to learn on the show that it's your birthday today?
Because tonight was so important. We had to hear this lady's story.
Grace,
This was
Grace,
so
Grace,
serious.
Grace, Grace. No, that doesn't work like that.
I
You
no,
have
it
my
does.
contact. All you had to do was message me and say, Unstoppable, today is my birthday. Or Unstoppable, tomorrow is my birthday. You've seen how I operate. If I know it's your birthday and the show night is coming up on your birthday, I always make sure, even if it's at the end of the show, let the army wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, all right.
Look on the
I'll
other day
remember
with
that next
Peaceful
time.
Sistine. Peaceful Sistine, my big up Peaceful
Yes,
Sistine. The other day with Susie. Come on, man, Grace. Don't do this. Next year, don't
I
make this happen
know
again.
it won't.
I'm warning you
But
from now.
I hear you. I hear you. But you know what? I'm not going to hold you long, but thank you so much for everything you do because you have such an important platform for people who have been hurt, damaged as children. And the thing I wanted to remind the audience is that a lot of the damage that we're hearing are damages that occurred when the brain was just developing.
Developing,
So some
yes.
of the behaviors that you hear the people say and the confusion, it's because it's not a logical adult brain that happened to. You know, so when the woman was saying how she felt towards her father and she kept going back because she was still a child. And that is what happens when children are traumatized. And, you know, somebody said earlier, forget about therapy, but that is not true. I disagree. Therapy is important. Because the trauma is so deep, it's not going to be fixed in 1 or 2 sessions. It literally is going to take years of the right therapist to actually get through and help. And as much as I, you know, love churches and whatnot, because it's so variable in different churches, I wouldn't tell people go talk to a pastor because you don't know who you're going to get.
Right.
Get professional help so somebody will be held accountable for what kind of treatment you get.
Right.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Right.
Because these are deep, deep things that happen to people. And we're going to have to fix this in our Black families because we have done so much damage has been done to us for 400 years. How we treat our children, how we, you know, parcel them off, send them off to daddies that they don't know, people they don't know. And these are the stories we're getting now. Okay. And thank God for people like you
Thank you.
who are providing platforms to help us heal. All right.
All
That's all
right.
I have to say.
So, Grace,
Thank
what
you
you had to
all.
for your birthday and I locked down?
Ah, that's another story. You know what? That's another story.
Good
It's all
night,
good.
Grace.
All right. Love y'all.
All right.
Bye.
All right, so everybody,
Bye-bye.
before we leave, wanna wish Grace a happy birthday one more time. Everybody say hip hip, hooray! Hip hip. Come on, man, wanna say hip hip. I wish Grace a happy birthday. All right, so that was Grace Davis right there, a loyalist. We all love Grace. Yeah, man, big up to Grace. All right, so everybody, like I said, tonight's show was a touching one. Um, Next week, to be honest, I'm going to try and change the momentum a bit to try and make things be a little bit more upbeat and jovial. We've had sad stories back as sad stories behind sad stories for the past 3 shows. So on Friday night, I'm going to try and change it a bit so that Friday night be a little bit more upbeat so we can get some laughter. Because as much as these kind of topics are very important that we expose and allow people to even speak up and get things off their chest. These topics are very important. But sometimes, we have to let the platform have a balance so that we have a little bit of sadness over here, so but then next time we have a little bit of laughter and happiness and joy. Oh no son. Yeah, so Friday night's topic is going to be not sadness, but more of a jovial, laughing type of topic. All right. So everyone who's here, please make sure I see you here on Friday night. And remember my request: invite one person. Everyone have a great night. And you know me always say already, no matter what, don't make nobody stop you, cause I'm unstoppable. and I'm out.
Feel the music, 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 move your waistline, move your shoulders, feel the music, move your waistline, move your shoulders, This music got me feeling like them way up high, sipping martinis and blue slushes with umbrellas up high. I like dancing, you like dancing? Put my feet up high, and I don't wanna go home, so turn the music up high. Feel the music, feel the music, move your waistline, move your shoulders, feel the music, move your waistline, move your shoulders.
I want to send a big shout out to the Diva Unstoppable and Alison Brooks. I want to say big up yourself. Blessings to you. Everybody who is here tonight, all the newbies, thank you for tuning in. Much love.